What's going on YouTube? It's Devin here with BeastAesthetics, and today I'm getting right into this leg day voiceover, starting off today's leg session with some heavy high bar squats. Now, the goal for anyone when they cut should be to maintain muscle. And what's the best way to do that, guys? It's to try to maintain your strength, especially if you are a natural bodybuilder or power lifter. When you cut weight, you want to focus on maintaining as much power as you can. So if you did a 225 for 10 reps on bench, for example, at the peak of your bulk, try to keep hitting 225 for 10. And if you can't, let's say you get 8, do 225 for 2 sets of 8 or something. You want to maintain the strength, and that's what I've been doing on squats and all my lifts pretty much. And I actually just started getting back into OHP. I kind of stopped doing OHP for a while. I was just doing it like once a month, and I was focusing on my dumbbell shoulder press, which got better and better, but my OHP kind of like just stalled and went down a little bit. So I've been putting OHP as my first exercise in my shoulder workouts from now on, from here on out, and it's been going up every single week while dropping weight. And squats I've been feeling better as well. The heaviest I went this off season on high bar squats was 315 for 10 reps, and high bar squats are kind of not new to me. I used to do them all the time back in high school, but I stopped doing them when I got into powerlifting, when I switched to low bar squats, because most people, I would say 90% of people, probably can squat more with a low bar form versus a high bar form. So when I switched to high bar form, it definitely made it much harder. The range of motion got better, and just put more of the weight load on the quads versus your posterior and chain. So like my first week of doing high bar squats, I was having a hard time doing 5 sets of 10 with 225, and then every week I just increased the weight slowly, and then pretty much just got up to 300 for a 5x10 at the end of my bulk. After my bulk, I was trying to maintain that strength, and then I did a few workouts where I kind of just, went with friends and did something different. There was a workout where I didn't even squat at all. I just did heavy leg press, heavy other leg accessories. And then when I got back into squatting, heavy high bar, 315 for 8 was hard. But then the next week I was able to do it for 10. And then this week I was able to do it for 12 reps. So progress has been made. So I did 315 for 12 for my first set, which is pretty much all-time PR for me for high bar squats. Then on my second set, I did 10 reps, and then on my third set, I did 8 reps. So that's a total work volume of 30 reps with 315 high bar. So that's what I'm going to try to keep, at least for the time being, as I continue to drop around a pound or 2 a week. That would be a really good goal. Or maybe even increase my high bar squat to 315 for 15. And maybe even 20. It's one of those exercises that if you just really push yourself, you'll be surprised how many more reps you can crank out, especially if you're doing a little bit higher reps and you're doing more sets like that. Your conditioning gets better and better every single week, even when cutting like I am, because I'm not on a huge calorie deficit. I'm on a small calorie deficit, and I'm training really hard still, focusing on the compound movements: bench, squat, deadlift, and overhead pressing movements. So pretty much that was the main focus for this leg workout, was just squats at first. And then I did 2 sets of front squats. During my off season, I was kind of doing 3 most workouts, but I've noticed I'm already feeling a little bit more fatigued now that I don't have that extra energy from being in a calorie surplus. So I just really make sure nowadays that I'm pushing really hard on all my work sets, even if I have to drop them to 2 work sets per exercise heavy. So I went to front squats after these back squats, and I did 2 sets with 225. First set was 225 for 10, and the second set was 225 for 8. And by the time I did my second set of 8, my lower back was so freaking pumped. It was kind of still sore from actually deadlifts, which I did 3 days prior. So I just stopped at 8 reps, even though the 8th rep on camera looked easy. In real life, my back was just screaming, like I was about to just drop the weight right out of my hands. Actually, even my left wrist was starting to give out. That's why I had to put a wrist strap on. You guys will see later on in the video. And then after that, I went on to doing some glute bridges, another exercise that I really should have been doing a lot during the off season, and I really didn't do it that much. I did it a few times, getting ready for a few powerlifting meets. Got really strong on them, like really quickly, like 335 for sets of 8 to 10. And that was with like very little to no training for them, and doing them as like an accessory lift after squats or deadlifts. So never fresh. So I went to doing warmed up with 225 the first work set, and then I went to 275, and that felt like a real solid area for 12 reps weight wise. And then I was like, all right, well, let me just throw on another 10. Which is pretty much 300 pounds. I did that for 10 reps, which felt pretty good. Now, this was after 5 hardcore work sets on squats. So, probably still doing 335 for 8 to 10, possibly fresh. After that, I went on to doing some light leg extensions, just really focusing on the control. And then after that, I think I just did some calves and some captain's chair leg raises for my core, and that was the whole leg workout. It only was about an hour and 30 minutes long, and that was including my mobility work in the beginning, which isn't really, it's not a lot. I just do like 5 to 10 minutes of foam rolling and some stretching. Pretty much what I do every workout, especially deadlift and squat day. Bench day, I really don't foam roll that much. Sometimes I do if my back is tight, but it's not something I really focus on. My back is tight on bench day. Usually I just don't arch as hard. That's about it. So that's that. And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of this workout. And I should have some bench clips actually at the end from today's bench press session, which also went really good. I did 275 for 2 sets of 8, and then went for a third set for AMAP, as many reps as possible, and I got 9 on the 10th rep. My buddy, the Iron Viking, barely helped me up on the 10th rep, so that, which is also pretty much an all-time PR for this off-season, 275 for 10 reps. So I was very pleased with it. So check it out and enjoy the rest of the clip. As always, Roz, stay aesthetic, beast out, deuces. Those hex plates, though, worst plates ever to deadlift on. Serious. Looking strong, though, bro. Can't wait to lift with you this week. See how this 405 looks. Nice, clean. iPhone problems. Solid, man. Solid speed, bro. All right, so I wanted to show you guys my post-workout meal, like I mentioned earlier. Today was leg day. Feeling pretty nauseous after the leg day, to be honest. That's probably just because I trained so hard. I was about to puke several times at the gym. I actually had to take a little bit more rest in between sets than I normally do, which caused me to rush the end of my workout because my gym closes early, as do most gyms on Sunday. But anyways, into this meal. We got a 5-ounce sweet potato, 14 ounces of chicken breast with just under a serving of Bullseye Kansas City barbecue sauce, And I highly recommend this if you guys like barbecue sauce, especially more of the sweet style. I know some people like spicy, some people like, you know, just original. This is actually, in my opinion, my favorite flavor of Bullseye, and I actually would rate this better than Sweet Baby Ray's. The macros on it are actually pretty good too, better than most barbecue sauces per gram. 35 grams is one serving. Total carbs 13. I just put 10 carbs worth on my chicken here. And then we got just over a serving of sweet peas, roughly 20 carbs, 5 grams of protein. So this is what the post-workout meal is looking like nowadays, guys. Pretty bro, but to be honest, it's very filling, very healthy, and very calorie. I already mentioned earlier, it's filling. It's a filling meal versus back when I was bulking, I was eating pizza post-workout meal. This definitely is a lot more healthier of a choice, and it definitely fits my macros really well because low fat, not even that high in carbs. I normally would eat more actually post-workout meal, but today, like I mentioned earlier, I'm just not feeling too good after that leg session. So I'll probably eat something later and show you guys what I'm finishing off today's macros with. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next clip. Deuces. All right, guys, so here is the rest of my post-workout meal. Just about an hour after I finished that chicken, sweet potato, and sweet peas. Got 4 pieces of toast here, 2 servings of butter, 2 eggs with 2 servings of mild cheese, and 1 banana. I think the total macros on this meal is like 40 grams of fat, like 40 protein, and roughly 70 carbohydrates, give or take. And yeah, that's for this meal.
There it is. Oh, I feel the power already. 8's coming up. Come on. Come on.
Get up. Up, up.
There you go.
Easy.
Come on. 2 more.
Get up. Come on. Get up. Up, up.
Easy.
Nice. Come on.
Forward. Come on.
Come on. Down, up, up.
Come on.
Come on.
Let go. Whoa. That's so second. Come on. Come on. Watch that bar path.